It's entitled The Biggest Myth About Getting Your Ex Back and How to Avoid It. The purpose of this video is to make your ex crazy for you again without feeling like your situation is hopeless, trying things that will never work despite what people tell you, pushing your ex farther away, risking your ex running into the arms of someone else without following bad advice, without feeling like you have to do it all on your own, which is a terrible feeling, and without the overwhelming feeling that you've lost the love of your life. Instead, we're going to take baby steps so that you can not only get your ex back, but maybe, for the first time, begin to take control of your love life so that you're the one that's in control. I'm even going to share with you a formula I call the CCS formula. And up until now, it's something that I've only shared with my private coaching clients who've paid me $125 an hour. I just haven't come up with a way to integrate it into a wider distribution, but this will be the first time that I do that. This video could shed light on the missing piece to working things out with your ex, because if you don't watch it right now, you might lose your chance for good. We know that your ex, if you guys are broken up, you know somebody else is wanting to scoop them up. So for the next few minutes, let it just be you and me. Cut out your distractions so that you can hear good advice from someone who's been in your shoes and who is able to get my ex back. You know, it's kind of surprising, but with all of the advice out there on how to get your ex back, and God knows there's plenty, this is something that no one ever talks about. Most of the time people are talking about, focused on things like no contact or limited contact, what things you should say, improving yourself, etc. But in this video, I'm going to show you why this by itself is counterproductive and can even harm your chances. What I'm about to share is the number one difference between people who get great results with their ex and those who see them go off to be with someone else. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering, in my experience, there's almost nothing that is unrecoverable in a relationship. That means that even if you think you've made every mistake or that you could never have another chance, don't worry. Because once you stop doing the things that don't work, once you stop pushing your ex away and start doing the things that do, begin reattracting them again, you can see a fast and sometimes immediate turnaround. For example, once you know this one thing, instead of your ex avoiding your calls and texts, your ex will be the one to initiate talking to and seeing you. Instead of begging to have your ex tell you how much they love you, they'll tell you because they just can't help themselves. And instead of worrying that your ex is really looking for someone else to make them happy, you'll know beyond a shadow of a doubt that your ex only wants you. See, the myth is this, that you have to do or say things in the right way. Or another version of the same, another way to put it is, once you get it right, you get the right magic words or the right dirty tricks, then and then only then your ex will come running back to you. Why is this the thing that could push your ex farther away? Because when we're under pressure, most of us don't act like ourselves and we don't feel like ourselves. Let me ask you this. Since your breakup, you've probably done or said things you normally never would, haven't you? And this is because you've felt all this pressure, all of this panic. And with all the pressure, we start to second guess everything. Should I send that text? Should I call to apologize? Should I let them know how much I love them? Did I say that right? Should I have said something differently? If I did, would he or she come back to me already? And all of these questions and all of this self-doubt is a problem. And with every step, we become more desperate and needy, and you push your ex farther away. It's this self-doubt, this lack of confidence, the lack of being who your ex fell in love with in the first place that ruins your chances. You see, when we're so fixed on how to do it right, we lose the essence of who we are, that essence that made your ex crazy about you in the first place. And thinking that you have to do things just right, or that you can't make any mistakes, is like a self-doubt factory. The reality, and unfortunately the problem, is that it's natural to freak out, panic, and imagine your ex with someone else. If someone has broken up with you and you're not talking to them and they're not returning your calls, it's natural to have these emotions. But what do we do with them? Well, it's important to know that no one ever gets it right. There's this idea when we get broken up with that you've got to do it right, but nobody ever does. In every relationship, even the best ones, it's just two people who are doing their best and making plenty of mistakes along the way. And in those relationships, those disagreements, arguments, and fights help to foster intimacy, not destroy it. So how can this be the case for you? How can you use this to make your ex crazy about you instead of pushing them away? Well, it's the CCS formula. Clarity leads to conviction, which leads to success. See, once you have clarity, knowing exactly what you want, and not just what you don't want, So often after we get dumped, we know what we don't want. We don't want them to be with someone else. We don't want to not be with them. And we don't want them to not return our calls. But when we get sparkling clarity of exactly what we want, then we are able to move to the next step, which is conviction. The belief that what we are going after is worth it, even in spite of the difficulty. And you've done this before. You've done this in a new job. You've done this in a new hobby. If you've taken up the guitar or learned how to program a computer or learned a new video game, nothing that we do at first is easy, but there's conviction that sees us through. And when you have conviction about your relationship, when you have conviction about the person that you want to be with, that comes through and it is powerful. And that conviction that you want to be with this person in spite of the difficulty leads to success. And it makes your ex feel for you the way they did at first. And you allow them to feel the pleasure of desiring you again. Let me tell you what I mean. You see, when you have this conviction, you come across as trustworthy. Instead of just being reactive and your ex feeling like you're just trying to get them back because you lost them, they feel this powerful attraction. It's like a tractor beam that draws them in. And really, when you do it right, it's irresistible. You see, the thing is that people only see us the way that we see ourselves. And so when we go through a breakup, we begin to get down on ourselves and we start to, as we said, self-doubt. And then that informs your ex on how to treat you. Let me give you a story from my own life. I once dated this girl briefly, and I had been a real jerk, honestly. I had just not treated her very well, and I was ashamed of myself, honestly. I was embarrassed. And when I saw her, I had two choices. One, I could act embarrassed and self-conscious, which would only, make it worse. Or I could go in with a smile and with confidence and with conviction that even though I had messed up, that's not who I am. And who I am is better than that. And as a result, as I walked in with this beaming confidence and this conviction of me being better than how I had acted, that gave her a clue on how to treat me. Now, there's been plenty of times when I've done it the other way and walked in and been very self-conscious and worried about other people's opinions. And what that does is it only pushes them farther away. See, what we have to do is allow our strong emotions to work for us, not against us. That's why the entire first module 1, Mindset, 6 videos in all, of the M3 system is devoted to recreating that clarity, confidence, conviction, and success. You see, this system that I've created to help you get your ex back is the same system that I used and thousands of other people have used. And the most important part is getting you back to being you. Once you do that, you gain such momentum and you see such a difference in your ex, even if they've been stonewalling you and ignoring you up until that point. In it, I walk you step by step through how to take control of those negative emotions and flip them around to be empowering instead of the self-doubt factory that they can be. After you go through Module 1, you'll feel way more confident, and you'll notice that the panic, fear, and desperation is a thing of the past, which will prepare you then for Module 2, the method. I break down the process of reconnecting with your ex into baby steps so that you'll know exactly what to do, and most importantly, when to do it. I'll give you some new, never-seen-before strategies to getting your ex to call you back. And no, I'm not talking about the call and thank them for something and tell them to call you back so that you can tell them in person. That's way too cheesy, and I just don't endorse that. It's not even authentic. Then in Module 3, I walk with you and show you how to make the relationship last so that you don't get on what I call the merry-go-round of madness. Break up, get back together, break up, and get back together. All in all, the M3 relationship recovery system is unlike anything else available today because it was created by someone who was once in your same shoes now. The fact is, listen, every relationship requires support. And this is nowhere more needed than when things are rocky. Look around. Look at the people who have the most vibrant and happy relationships. Look at the people who are able to sustain arguments and disagreements. It's those people who have support from others. And when you're in this situation, it can feel very lonely and very isolating to be by yourself trying to get back with your ex. And that's why I am here to support you. When things are difficult, we don't know what to do, and that's when we need help the most, and that makes sense. So if you'd like to get started and discover how easy it can be to get your ex back once you get your emotions working for you, simply click on the link below. When you do, you'll get immediate access. You won't be waiting for the mailman. It'll be an instant download directly to your computer. Your membership is completely confidential and is billed discreetly as clickbank.com, so that there's no worry about anybody finding out or it being an issue of embarrassment. And also, you'll join the thousands of other members of the M3 community who are creating passionate, fulfilling relationships with the person that they love. Look, no one wants to go through something this traumatic on their own. I know I didn't. And from the people that I've talked to in the M3 system, one of the best benefits of being a member is that feeling of camaraderie, that feeling of being able to not feel alone. So tell me this. If not now, then when? If it's not now that you decide to take control of your love life and get your ex back in a way that you create and not just hope and pray that it'll work, when will you? Click on the link now so I can help you through one of the most difficult times of your life and help you take charge of your love life again. I'm Michael Griswold, and I look forward to hearing your story. Go ahead and click on the link now, and I'll talk to you soon.